What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Rope Monster coming at you here from beautiful sunny Playa del Carmen. Now the point of today's video is to show you one of the safest and best neighborhoods of Playa del Carmen. I'm going to show you the entire neighborhood on foot of Zazil-Ha. Now this is a very long, narrow neighborhood. I'll put on the map exactly where it spans, but it goes from basically 40th to CTM, and then it goes all the way from the highway right down to Coco Beach. Right now I'm on Calle 38. I recently had a subscriber, hey, can you do a walk of Calle 38? So I'm gonna finish the video with that. But for now, guys, we're gonna head over to the Zazil-Ha neighborhood. We're gonna also see if we see any for rent signs. I'll do a little investigating and see if I can figure out what any of those potential rentals are going for. But the main point is just to show you the neighborhood itself so you can form your own opinions. We'll talk a little bit about the type of person who might want to live in this particular neighborhood as we go along through the video. And the main thing here is showing how clean and safe the neighborhood is, how centrally located it is to everything. So without further ado, guys, let's go check out Zazil-Ha. Vámonos. So guys, here we are on 5th Avenue and we're on 40th, and you can see there Zazil-Ha, Colonia Zazil-Ha. And so we're gonna start by walking to the west, and this neighborhood spans about 12 blocks east-west and only 3 blocks north to south. So we'll cover 40th all the way up to pretty much the highway and see what this neighborhood looks like, and then we'll jog over a block or two and kind of zig and zag so you can see what the part of the neighborhood looks like farther away from 5th Avenue. So basically the entire neighborhood is between 40th and CTM. So we've got 40, 42, 44, and CTM, and then all the way from Coco Beach to the highway. So you can see right off the bat, guys, some really nice buildings over in this area. And you will pay a little bit of a premium, but if you're looking for a centrally located area that is incredibly safe, this is probably your neighborhood. If you're at retirement age and money's not a huge issue and you have a budget of say maybe 5 or 6 grand a month US, you can live very comfortably here in this neighborhood. So we're here on 10th now, guys. And the thing I like about this neighborhood is you're very close to Chedraui. You've got a lot of little tiendas. There's a fruteria right here on the corner of 42 and 10th. One of my favorite places to get coconut waters. Hey, what's up, guys? And so this neighborhood is really actually a good option for people who are kind of limited as far as their mobility, because you can get anywhere walking, you know, 4 or 5 blocks. And the taxi rides are just short little 50 peso taxi rides if you need to catch a cab. And you can also hear and see that the traffic isn't bad, guys. You're mostly hearing birds, which is how it should be. So a lot of new construction going up here on 40th, and then intermingled we have some older buildings. So I'm putting in some legwork for you guys today. If you appreciate my efforts, all I ask for is that you smash the like button for me. And if you like the content, just subscribe if you haven't already. It really means the world to me. So quite a few new buildings like this going up in Zazil-Ha right now. Some of them brand new, Vida Ocean, Well Living condos. Some of these are brand new, some are 5 or 6 years old, but all fairly new construction. The food scene over here too, guys, is fantastic. A lot of my favorite picks, a lot of restaurants that I've featured in the cheapest and best of Playa videos are in this neighborhood. CTM has a lot of good options like El Arabe, which I featured in previous videos. So no shortage of good grocery shopping and restaurants. There's also a food park up this way. Yeah, here we go, guys. Resacas Park. So food carts here. I'll probably do a video over here at these food carts. Let me know if you'd like to see something like that. But 120 peso burgers, 100 peso dogs. They've got chilaquiles. Oh boy, looks like we've got an accident here, a severe accident. Oh no, hopefully everyone is okay. Oh no. So guys, that is really an unfortunate turn of events there, but seems like both parties are probably going to be okay, but they are injured. Looks like a motorcycle on motorcycle accident, and that's really hard to see. So, but yeah, moving right along, guys, we're up to 20th Ave Business, and that's one thing I would say is just at these intersections, just use extra caution. A lot of these motorcyclists, a lot of folks really don't like to stop. They don't like to slow down, and the result is usually something tragic. I've got a couple buddies down here who ride motorcycles and have had serious accidents, scooters. So just word of caution, guys, if you're gonna come down here and you're gonna rent a scooter, exercise extreme caution. Always expect, I should say never expect the other drivers to stop. Don't rely on other drivers for your safety. That's not how it works here. As you can see, people just kind of go through intersections. And so even when I'm filming, I have to be extra careful on foot. But overall, you can see, guys, 25 Norte. This is actually where I started the top 3 taco spots of Playa del Carmen video. So just right over there and over one block up on 30th, you've got Birria La Treinta. So a fantastic birria option. And so we're gonna continue up 40th here, and we're already almost up to 30th, thanks to my long legs and brand new Nikes on my feet. And so, guys, prices will tend to get quite a bit cheaper as you get up to 30th and beyond. Now, is it ideal to be this far from the beach? Not for some of us, but for some folks who don't need to go to the beach or don't care to go to the beach every day, this part of Zazil-Ha can be a nice option. And you've got the Super Aquí up here. As far as grocery shopping and then banking, you've got Banco Azteca, which is an ATM that always seems to have cash. Sometimes the City Banamex ATMs don't have money. They don't have any cash. Well, that's a challenge when you need cash. And so you can come up here to Banco Azteca and use that ATM. The fee is a little bit higher. I believe it's 110 pesos, but certain banks will reimburse the ATM fees. Banks like Charles Schwab, that's the go-to for a lot of international travelers. So I'm not affiliated with Charles Schwab, but just saying that the ATM fees are no longer an issue when you bank with them. Okay, and then the Soriana is right there. So you've got 2 shopping options. We're gonna keep moving right up 40th here, almost to the highway. I'll go probably about as far as the highway. And so I'll probably end up putting in a solid 3 or 4 kilometers on this walk at least. We are going to finish the video down on 38th, which I know some of you may be saying, well, that's not Zazil-Ha, but if you're living in Zazil-Ha, you will likely be dining over there and enjoying that area, as it is just 1 block to the south. And we'll finish out at some of the beaches down there, just to show you the closest beach clubs and the closest beaches and what those look like if you're deciding to stay or live in this neighborhood. So you can see now clearly, guys, north of 30, or I should say west of 30th, this is very much a more local neighborhood, but I do know a few subscribers and friends who live up here now, Canadian folks who are living on, or I should say, sorry, American folks who are living on Social Security, and their budgets are a little bit smaller. You can find apartments up here for much less. I'm talking, you know, 5,000 pesos a month instead of, say, 20,000 plus pesos a month, like back where we started the video. Se renta cuarto. So just a room for rent there, and you can guess that that's probably only 4,000 or 5,000 pesos at the very most, probably less than that. I hope you guys find value in seeing what these areas actually are currently looking like, and this way you can consider this area, getting a first-hand point of view experience here in this video. So we are now all the way up to 40th, and you can see on the street sign it's still Colonia Zazil-Ha all the way to the highway. So guys, we're on 40 and 40 here in the Zazil-Ha neighborhood, and now I'm going to head north over to 42 and start heading back east toward the water, and continue to show this neighborhood to you all block by block. But these are, run down older apartment buildings. If you speak Spanish decently and you're on a budget, this can actually be a really good entry for some of you budget travelers, or expats, or whatever you want to call us, immigrants who want to come to Playa del Carmen. You can, generally there are affordable options up here. Just make sure you're not overpaying and pricing out local people. Make sure to pay a fair price, and I'm here to tell you guys that a fair price is probably between 5,000 and 7,000 pesos maximum up here for a studio or a one bedroom. And there are studios for less than 5,000. If you're wondering how to find those studios, you will likely have to come up here on foot and look for signs. And you will want to call or WhatsApp from a local Telcel, SIM card, a local number, not a US or Canada number. And for those of you wondering, when I first moved down here, I moved from Ecuador and I rented a studio apartment for 6,500 pesos over in the Colosio neighborhood, and I was fairly happy there. It was a nice studio for only 325 US a month. I have since moved up to a nicer place, even closer to the beach, but that was a fine place to start here in Playa for me. One thing you will have in this neighborhood is street dogs and vendors. You'll have a little bit of noise. Vendors selling anything from trash bags to tamales to bread, but that's just normal throughout Mexico, and that's part of life. If the noise bothers you, there's workarounds, earplugs. You can put on a white noise machine or something like that. That's what my buddy Jeremiah uses. You can play like frequencies on your Bluetooth speaker. So plenty of ways to drown out the noise. One of the really common ones for locals is to get a fan, a floor fan, but not a quiet one. Get like the loudest one you can get, and that's two birds with one stone, because then you're getting a fan, which helps with mosquitoes and helps with the heat, but it also creates noise so you can sleep. That's one thing I used to do when living in Colosio. So we're on 42 back to 30th Avenue, guys, the hustling and bustling 30th Ave. And this is where you can also catch the colectivos for only 10 pesos. And you can take that colectivo north-south as far as you need to go for only 10 pesos. But do beware, guys, it is sometimes you're packed in there like sardines. Now I think I'm gonna jog over one more block to the north, guys, to 44. When I first got here, before I found my apartment in Colosio, I rented a place on Airbnb on 44th. And I think that was only about 40 US a night. I'm sure it's gone up a little since then. But as you can see, there are some nice new buildings being constructed here. One right here as well. So don't think that you have to live near 5th Avenue to have a nice apartment. You can be up here on 25th. Just don't expect as many people to speak English. You will need to work on your Spanish. Alright guys, so CTM is just right over there, and that's the final street to the north in Zazil-Ha. And we're on 25th right now, and I was just going to show you very briefly the very first Airbnb I had here. But one thing I'm not seeing, guys, is I'm not seeing very many for rent signs, and the lesson there is that the best time to find apartments, so I was in this building when I first got down here, and it had a pool on the ground floor, and it was fairly nice, and it had a rooftop area. This place does look like they have some studios, so now you know you can come up here, call this number. I'll show you the actual sign. Studios, and there's the WhatsApp right there, guys. Calle 44, entre between 25 and 30. So there's a lead for you. To finish that last thought, the best time to find apartments here is usually around mid-November or going into low season in May or June. So coming down in February and thinking you're gonna find an apartment, it's a challenge. I've put in a lot of legwork trying to find apartments for my friends and also for subscribers, and the supply is diminished. The good news is that there's a lot of new construction going up, so I think the supply may finally catch up. But as of right now, you will want to, if you're considering staying down here for say 6 months or a year lease, you will probably want to get down here no later than mid-November to start looking, or come down right before hurricane season if you're a brave soul, and find yourself an apartment when all the expats and visitors start leaving in May, or mid-April to mid-May. So you can see lots of barking dogs, but you've got some nice buildings to choose from. Here there's a brand new one being built. Now on 44 and 20th, and I think I will jog over to CTM here briefly, show you a little bit of CTM. It is a windy day, guys, so sorry for any wind noise. I do have the wind slayer on the camera to dampen that noise, but I'm sure there's still some coming through. Now guys, this is an interesting point that I need to bring to your attention. So this is CTM and the end of Zazil-Ha. And this Deposito, Mini Super El Tío, if you're going to the north, this is your last place to buy beer. And why is that? Well, La Colonia Colosio, beyond here to the north, is a dry neighborhood. So, hola hermano. So that's something that a lot of folks don't know, but Colosio has been a dry neighborhood for I think about 7 years. No alcohol sales at all. So you can't expect to go into the OXXO up there and buy beer. That's not a thing. And so there are quite a few apartment buildings on CTM, but do be warned, this is a notoriously noisy street to live on. Traffic's not all that bad at this very moment, but this is a thoroughfare for sure. And so if you have one of these units here and you're going to think that you're going to enjoy a quiet evening on the balcony, well, you will have some traffic. But this is Sky Tower. You can look for that online, look for units. I've had quite a few friends who have lived over here. I also used to live just north of here on 15th. And yeah, it's noisy. You also have the Sunday market just north of here. It starts right here in the Colosio neighborhood to the north. So you'll have a lot of noise on Sundays if you live over in this area. I'll show you a cheap alternative to Chedraui and the other grocery stores here momentarily in Zazil-Ha. The cost of groceries has gotten to be insane here. Now, I've featured this place before here, Fruteria Esmeralda. They have natural juices, no water or sugar added. If you're a juice fanatic and you like pure carrot juice, pure mandarin juice, that's the spot. I'm gonna stop in there in a moment and grab myself a juice. But this, I wanted to show you guys this Willie's right here, Bara Bara. This is a cheap alternative for your groceries, no doubt. So let's pop in here real quick. So I just want to show you guys, it's not like the most, it's not the best ambiance. You're not going to have the best music. There's certainly no air conditioning in here, so forget about air conditioning, but the prices are pretty solid. So I'm not gonna, this video is not about groceries, but I just wanted to show you guys there are alternatives. I come in here and buy a bar of the Zote soap, the Sote, and it's like 4 pesos. So now you know. All right guys, and here's your 100 peso burrito spot, El Árabe, CTM. Hola hermano, ¿qué tal Fernando? So that's your spot for 25 peso tacos, 100 peso burrito. You have another Deposito here on the corner for cheap beer, much cheaper and fresher than the OXXO. And just like that guys, we're back to 10th Avenue and CTM. And once again, some of the best restaurants. I've featured Brantenburger over there in one video. You've got a lot of good eating in Zazil-Ha. You've also got Roma Spaghetti, a favorite of mine, just right here. We're gonna walk down to Coco Beach, the closest, what will be the closest beach to you if you live in Zazil-Ha. Here's Roma Spaghetti, near and dear to my heart. Some of the very best pancetta and mushroom Alfredo you will ever find anywhere in the world. And the spaghetti and meatballs is also fantastic. You've got a plant-based burger spot here, $9. Sengarito as well, they always have breakfast specials. Really good deals there, just complete meals. And we're back to 5th Avenue and CTM right here, guys. I'm gonna take just a moment and grab a fresh juice, and you guys can take a moment. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this type of content. If you like to see more content like this one, just smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in a minute. And if you guys see this rooster, his name is Claudio. Hola Claudio, ¿qué tal, hermano? ¿Todo bien? Claudio. He's always here. He's the resident rooster. Good Claudio. Me da gusto verte, hermano. Alright guys, got the fresh mandarin juice there from Fruteria Esmeralda so that I can hydrate and keep going. I'm going to show you the kind of the secret beach entrance to Playa Coco Beach. Right down here at the end of CTM. And then also you have the tourist police station. So if you do have any problems and need to file some type of report or get some help, you can come down here to the tourist police station. Can't guarantee they will be a ton of help, but some of them do try. All right guys, Avenida Cozumel and CTM. And technically guys, this is Las Brisas. This is not really Zazil-Ha anymore, but I really wanted to show you guys the beach access if you're staying in Zazil-Ha. So we are now down here by the entrance of the reef at Coco Beach. And this, guys, is where a lot of people would turn around thinking you can't go through here. This is actually public beach access. There's a trail over here. I'm just going to show you very briefly the walk through here, but you actually do go by this little guard post and right out the path. Hey, what's up? Where are you from?
Canada.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We follow you all the time.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Good running into you. Always fun to run into subscribers. All right, so just walking right through like we own the place, and this is technically a public street, public property. And tomorrow's video in Puerto Morelos, I'm going with a good buddy of mine, Jay. We're gonna hopefully do some snorkeling, and hopefully the visibility is good because we've got some underwater camera gear. Jay also has some really nice camera gear. So we're just gonna spend the day exploring Puerto Morelos and try to answer a few questions for you subscribers and viewers about Puerto Morelos. What are the price differences up there? Are the beaches nicer? Are the beaches worse? I've heard that the beaches are actually nicer up there. So there's a lot to explore and a lot to figure out over there for sure. So guys, this is the trail, and it runs right to the north of the reef at Coco Beach. And look how beautiful this is. And it's pure mangroves and jungle through there all the way to the Paradisus Resort. The next footpath to the beach to the north is the Playa 72 entrance way through there, and that path is also really beautiful. Playa 72 entrance is one of my favorites to use. All right guys, just about to that magic moment where we get to see the ocean. And there is scooter and bicycle parking here, but not car parking, just a heads up. All right guys, I know some of you wanted an update on Coco Beach, so this is also your portion right here, the Coco Beach update. Check this out guys. A little bit windy, but the color of the water, wow, so nice. Look at that. Oh, I never get sick of that. I'm definitely getting in the water here in a little bit after this video, guys. If you appreciate my efforts, just smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. It really is my pleasure taking time out of my day to film these videos for everyone. It is my dream come true, but I also love just spending my days in that water. So Coco Beach is looking fantastic, guys. A little bit of sargassum.
Get away from the snow.
A little bit of sargassum here, but nothing to really complain about. Plenty of people here enjoying life. And this is being filmed on the 18th of February, Tuesday the 18th, 2025. So there's your real-time look at Coco Beach. And I believe we can just get through to the south here without getting wet. I think we can get through to all the way to like Martina Beach Club. And so I'll walk that way. And then as promised, guys, I'm gonna show you 38th, the beautiful Calle 38. Some of the nicest dining in all of Playa del Carmen, some of the nicest apartments, condos, and hotels, boutique hotels. So 38, Calle 38 is something I really haven't covered on the channel, and I appreciate you subscribers mentioning, hey, you should show Calle 38. So we're gonna do just that. Oh, look at this. My lower back has been hurting, guys, from just life in general. Long walks. As many of you know, I walked about 16 kilometers a couple weeks ago all the way south of Playa Car. And so nothing helps my lower back more than just getting in that water and floating. So just about a month and a half ago, you couldn't get through here without getting wet. And they put these barriers up and then backfilled it with sand. All right, guys, here we go. Barefoot rope monster. Oh, that feels so much better. Oh. So we'll take a moment here too and go look at just briefly look at Playa 38 as we're going that way anyway, and see if the beach is coming back and see how the sewage smell is. That beach has had a really bad sewage smell for the last 3 months, and the beach itself has been pretty much gone. So we're coming up shortly on Martina Beach Club. And things are looking nice down here. Very little sargassum. Pretty much none actually in this area, which is really great to see. Not a whole lot of beach though, just enough space to put your towel. We've got Martina right here. Looks like one little patch of sargassum washing up here in the water. Now just around this little point here is going to be the moment of truth, guys, where we see if Playa 38 is there or is not there. If it's, you know, if there's even a beach to walk through. Usually this whole thing connects in the best of times, but as of late, that has not been the case at all. Oh, this is weird. So they've got this blocked off. So that entrance there at 40, guys, is blocked because that entire street is being dug up and apparently repaired. So don't expect to come down and be able to use the entrance at 40th. So now it becomes even more important to see what things are looking like over here at 38, because I think the 38 entrance is open, but we will find out shortly. Okay. Good news, guys. There is a little beach now here at 38. Just enough to walk through. Just enough to walk through. And let's see if the 38 entrance is open or if we have to go all the way down toward the Mamitas entrance. That will be a long detour for me, but that's what I do. So family is enjoying the resort. And let's see if 38 is open. Wow, Mamitas looks packed today. Look at that. Mamitas is just right down there, guys, and that is looking like party central today on a Tuesday. Okay, and good news, guys, the Playa 38 entrance is open. So I'm gonna head up here and show you guys the stretch of Calle 38 from the beach right here all the way up to 5th Avenue. All right, guys, so starting off right here at the Oxo, you've got the Mykonos Cocina Griega, some Greek food, some Italian food there. And at night, guys, this street is just so beautifully lit up and so inviting. It's a pleasant place for the whole family to just take a stroll. You can walk down to the beach, walk on the beach safely at night. And that's why I wanted to feature this neighborhood, Zazil-Ha, and then this little portion of Las Brisas as one of the best, the safest and best neighborhoods in Playa del Carmen. The crime rate is basically non-existent in this part of Playa. If you want a late night walk on the beach with your family or your girlfriend or your friends, no pasa nada. And you've got La Vagabunda de la 38 here. There's another location on 5th Avenue if you're a fan of La Vagabunda. Sometimes they have live music and sometimes they have beer deals, although the deals aren't nearly as good as they were. George was mentioning that in the last video walking 5th Avenue. George from Canada, shout out, buddy. It's true, the beer prices have gotten ridiculous. So you've got a frozen yogurt spot here, so-sen, papaya slice. And what I love the most about this street is the shade and the way that they've left so much of the natural vegetation, the palms, the cypress, etc. All the vegetation really makes this a pleasant street. I did see a studio apartment for rent recently. I was going to go see it, but they sold it, or they rented it out before I got a chance to look at it. But it was on this street just a little further up here on the left, and they wanted 17,000 pesos for it. But you know, and for a studio, that's, yeah, it's a little high, but still you're under $1,000 US in this location. And the apartment looked absolutely gorgeous. It had some really nice wood, almost looked like mahogany or some type of high-end kind of wood finishes throughout, so it had a lot of character. La Carboneria. Some really high-end dining here, guys. I think I will have to come down and start trying more of these restaurants. Tacos and drinks, Sanchez, local craft beer. So we'll have to try that. Let's take a quick peek at the menu here. Son dos tacos, 190. Pero son tacos grandes, ¿verdad?
Tenemos de camarón, tenemos
de camarón,
ribeye, de pescado.
Okay. And this is taqueria como Tacos Sanchez? Okay. Excelente. Y con dos está bien, típicamente, ¿no?
Sí,
Se
claro.
puede comer. Yo podría comer 4 tal vez, ¿o no?
Sí. Definitivamente.
Okay, gracias, corazón. Volveré. Ciao. Igualmente. So, she says most people are good with 2, but she said I could definitely eat 4 based on my size. But you know, 190 pesos for an order of 2 really fancy, nice tacos. And I gotta say, this feels like parts of San Diego. This feels very much like, I mean, it's Mexico, no doubt. And I hate to compare it to anything, but if I had to compare it to anything, I would say it feels like just a nice area in San Diego, if I'm being honest. Although I guess there are less and less nice areas in San Diego, no offense. All right, shout out Dave, I'm talking about your city. La Cueva del Chango. So like some fancy home decor and hammocks here. And as you can see, guys, just happy families walking around. This area is just so safe and so enjoyable. I love the trees. Look at this tree. So gorgeous. All right, guys, we are literally just getting back to the exact point where I started the video. And so, guys, for those of you wondering, we are not in Zazil-Ha on 38th. We are in Gonzalo Guerrero. And I'm gonna go ahead and just show you this last little stretch of 38th, because you've got a couple of restaurants that are crowd pleasers. And the one I'm really gonna show is Mary's Kinky. If you just want a place to come socialize and meet people, drink some shots, drink some beers, Mary's Kinky is a great spot for that. I came here with a friend of mine back in November. We had some aguas chiles ceviche, and the people sitting at the table next to us bought us some shots, bought us drinks. Mary's Kinky right there. And you've got El Pirata right down there, which is in Zazil-Ha, where we started the video. And you can see right there, Avenida Quinte Norte Bis, Colonia Zazil-Ha. And then right over through there, you've got the Chedraui, all the grocery shopping you could ask for. And so guys, that's where I'm gonna leave it. That's where I'm gonna wrap up the video. If you guys appreciated my time, my effort, appreciated the content, found some value in it, just smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this style of video. If you found it useful in any way, let me know. I always appreciate your feedback. See you guys in the next one. Rope Monster out.